Zombies, one of the top 5 biggest monsters out there in the world. There are many different type of monsters out there. Zombies are part of that top 5, up there with werewolves, vampires, ghosts, and demons. It's up there. Everyone knows that. And a zombie apocalypse is when the world is overrun by zombies. And many different games, books, movies, and shows have tried their own way of showing a zombie apocalypse take place. But out of all of them, I want to talk about what I believe is the top 5 greatest zombie apocalypses. To rank them properly, I have 3 criteria. Number 1, infection rate. How fast are you infected? How quickly does the infection spread? And on what level is the zombie when they first get infected? Number 2 is types of zombies. What are all the different mutations, if you have any mutations at all? And number 3, what would a zombie apocalypse look like after 10 years? With that being said, I have my water, I have my notes, and let's see how this looks. At number 5, I have Dying Light. Dying Light is a 2015 horror survival game that incorporated parkour with zombies. It was really cool. It was fun to play, but we're not here about the gameplay. We hear about the zombies themselves. Now, what is the Haran virus? Let me look at my notes real quick. Got it. The Haran virus is a mutated variant of rabies. So imagine how rabies affect animals and then transfer that to people, and voila, you got the Haran virus. Very cool, very dope. It is a cool concept. Now, what are all of the different types of zombies you can get from the Haran virus? Well, the first stage of infected are called virals. Now, the virals they're not the most common zombie type in the game, but they're the first stage of infection. Virals are fast. I'm talking Usain Bolt fast. Those things can run. Those things can climb. They can do parkour just as well as you can, and they don't feel pain. They're aggressive. They can use weapons sometimes. Don't get it twisted. Dying Light zombies can sometimes use weapons. They're very strong. Virals are like, imagine the average human being that doesn't feel pain and has endless stamina. That is a viral. It's likely going to be faster than you. It's likely stronger than you. It can do a lot of things that you probably can't do. As of right now, if you had to go up against a viral, you would lose. I'm sorry. The second stage of infected are called biters. These guys are what happens when virals spend an extended amount of time out in the daylight. Their body is rotted. They're the typical zombies, slow, sluggish, weak and stuff, like the Walking Dead zombies. But they're mundane. They're easy to handle. You're not gonna struggle against a biter. You can beat them with your fists, but if you can have like a baseball bat, you're not struggling against a viral. It's only an issue when there's a large group of them surrounding you, but you can still handle that. You can fight your way through a group, bro. It's not that hard. Now, what is scary about the biters is what they can become over time. You see, unlike virals, the biters are the ones that mostly mutate. So you get all of the special types of zombies from the biters. To go over a few, we got bombers. These are fat biters who's they're fat, bloated up, and they're like kamikaze bombers. They will, as soon as they get close to you, they will just blow up and they'll blow up in your face. It's gnarly and it's grotesque. It's nasty. That's what a bomber is. Goons are fighters that were once fit people. Think about your gym bros, your steroid junkies, those guys. The people that are stuck on trend, think of them. They're slow and sluggish, but they're strong. And most goons have a weapon on them. Demolishers. Demolishers were zombies that were once riot police officers. These guys are, think of what a goon looks like, but bigger. and meaner. These guys can run at you, they run through buildings, they run through walls, they pick up cars and throw them at you. They're really tough. They're also one of the stronger versions of zombies in the game, but none of them are the true strongest or scariest of them. That title goes to what made this game iconic. The demons of the night, the volatiles. Volatiles are virals that spend a large amount of time in the dark, away from sunlight, away from UV rays, which I will get into in a sec. And this isolation away from that allowed the mutated rabies virus within them, the Haran virus, to turn them into these terrifying things. Like, these things are faster than you. They're stronger than you. They hunt in packs like wolves. These things are not alone. If you see one volatile, there are likely 5 more nearby. And with those 5, there's probably like 10 virals as well. Because that's how volatiles are. Now, they only come out during the night, because the mutated Haran inside of them, since it spends so much time away from UV rays, it can't handle sunlight. It can't. So they stay in the dark, but that is the worst thing ever, because they're so much faster. They are the reason why this is number 5, because volatiles are strong, but they're not better than what else is on this list. Now, am I surviving this apocalypse? Yes. I am surviving an apocalypse involving the Dying Light. Why? Listen. Dying Light zombies have a weakness. The thing I was talking about, UV rays. Why is that? Because just like the real world rabies, they don't like that stuff. It's not good for them, you know? They don't like that. And they probably don't like water too. We never play in a large body of water, so I'm not sure, but they probably don't like water neither. So if you want to survive, one, if you're on like an island like Hawaii, you're not gonna get infected by the Haran virus, right? But if you're not somewhere like Hawaii, as long as you have UV lights nearby, you can survive. Even the safe spots in this game, the safe locations, safe houses, all of them are just places that have UV lights shining there. But the reason why it's on this list is because using the criteria that we have established, right? Infection rate, once you're bit, you are infected, but there's time. You know, there is time before you get infected. You know, before you turn, there's a lot of time. You can go days before you finally turn. That's why it's so low. Like, you can go days. And in the game, they did make like a temporary cure. It's not gonna cure you, but it will slow down the rate of infection so much that you can last weeks, sometimes even months before you turn. So it's like, rate of infection, bad. The mutations up there, volatiles, demolishers, goons, what's the word? The bombers, bombers, and all the other different types of zombies. Mutations, it gets a 10 out of 10. Rate of infection, it gets a 4 out of 10. Like, it's not curable, but it can be slowed down, and even if you don't slow it down, it still takes days. And then the third criteria, I give it an 8 out of 10. Because give this virus 10 years of evolution, it is going to be so deadly. It is so deadly. Because you would be packed with volatiles all over. Like, imagine how many volatiles there would be in forested areas, in cities. You would be over with. But you wouldn't worry too much, because as long as you have UV light, you can do it. But at the same time, give it 10 years and civilization has collapsed and we're all like in groups and stuff on some Mad Max shit, who's gonna manufacture UV light? So in the ones that you have right now finally lose battery, what then? You see, now it's a different story. Hence why it's on this list. It is a terrifying zombie apocalypse. I would survive, but I would survive short term, because once UV lights start dying out, like once UV lights become extinct, I will commit suicide. At number 4, I have The Last of Us. Alright? Now, The Last of Us is a 2013 action-adventure game that follows Joel, a smuggler who is smuggling a girl named Ellie, a little girl who is immune to this fungus that turned everyone into zombies, to an organization called the Fireflies in order to create a cure. It's one of my favorite games of all time. Honestly, I have it in my top 10 games. I have it in my top 10 games, and I have it in my top 5 survival games. It is so fun. The story is amazing. I loved the characters. I got attached to a lot of people. There's so many stories in the background that you will read in notes and world design that is just amazing. Gordon Ramsay could cook nothing in comparison to what they cooked with The Last of Us in 2013. Now, this game was so great, right? And it was so great, it got an award, right? It got Game of the Year. It got a remake that improved on the old one drastically, honestly. It got a sequel that also got Game of the Year. It got a show that got awards. It got in a complete edition. This is a generational success. There will never be a game as successful as The Last of Us for the next 20 years. I put money on it. There is no game that will be. There is no franchise. Let me say franchise. There will never be a franchise as successful as The Last of Us in the next 10 to 20 years. The last franchise that had any success on the level of The Last of Us was the Dark Souls series. All right. And even and Elden Ring, obviously, but that's Elden Ring. You know what I'm saying? Now, what is the virus in this place? Well, it's not a virus; it's a fungus. The cordyceps fungus, derived from the real world cordyceps fungus that only affects insects. In this game, they go on to talk about what if it affected people. How would that look? And it is terrifying. So the first stage of infected are runners. Runners are the first stage of infected. You can turn into a runner within a day. Like, you get bit today, tomorrow it's over. You've turned. It's done. Alright? Runners are like virals. They're fast, they're in groups, they loud, they attract other zombies in the area, they can climb, they can swarm. They're the most common form of infected because a lot of people get infected all the time, and it takes a while for a runner to evolve into the next stage of infected, but it takes years in fact. But a runner on its own is terrifying. I think I would die on Outbreak Day. Alright? I would die on Outbreak Day. And if I somehow survived Outbreak Day, I'm dying after 5 years. The next stage of infected happens after around 5 years, called stalkers. Now, stalkers are the next stage of infected and easily the most annoying enemies in the game because they don't make a sound until they attack you. You can't hear them, they're hiding, and they're always in groups. It's never one stalker, it's multiple stalkers. Sometimes you will see a stalker stuck in a wall like this, pretending to be dead, just for it to burst out and grab you and kill you. I hate stalkers, alright? I hate them. They are useless. They always stay in the shadows. They're like a back door. They're always just there. Like, you'll be sitting here like, stalker behind you. Wow! Hate them. hate him, hate him, hate him, hate him, hate him. I would die to a stalker. I would die. I would. The next stage of infected happens 5 years after stalkers. At the 10-year mark. I wouldn't even be alive to see these guys. But if I somehow made it past the stalkers to them, it's hell. These guys are called the clickers, the main attraction of the game. Clickers are strong and they're fast. Not as fast as runners, but they're fast. You know, they're blind and they're highly durable. They use echolocation to hunt like bats and dolphins and stuff, like, because they're blind, obviously. They do this thing where they're like, I'll put a video clip of it happening, because that's how it is with them. They are triggered by any form of sound. Sometimes you'll find them stationary, just standing still. Even the one footstep will trigger them, like, what that? It's hell. It's hell. They're technically the most common infected in the game because of how long it's been. Like, the game takes place about 16 to 20 years after Outbreak Day. So yeah, they're the most common type of infected in the game because these are people that were infected during Outbreak Day. Up until now, they're dead. Now the next stage of infected, the final stage. This is a rare type of infected. They're called the bloaters. They're massive behemoths of fungal growth. They're big. They can throw spores at you. Did I forget to mention that there are spores in The Last of Us that infect you with airborne pathogens? You're not surviving, buddy. You're not surviving because you need to breathe. So, and how are you gonna see them? You're not gonna see them unless they're cramped, unless they were in a sealed room. And when you open that sealed room, you can tell there's spores because they've been there for a while. But you wouldn't be able to see them if they were in like a forest area, because it's in a forest area. I can't see. You're not gonna see spores in the dark without a source. So you're gonna die. I'm sorry. You're gonna die to the spores. Like it's bad, but you're gonna die. There's nothing you can do about it. You're gonna die. Now check it. Bloaters are like the Hulk. Honestly, they're like the Hulk. There's nothing more I can say. They're just big. They're blind. They're like big body clickers, bro. Like, imagine a big body clicker. Just like, these things can burst through walls. They can throw concrete. They didn't throw concrete in the game, but they probably could throw concrete. Like, let's be honest here. Unlike other infected in the game where when they grab you, there is a way to break out. These things, they grab you, bro. It's horrible. You're not surviving bloaters. Now, am I surviving? Heck no, I'm not surviving. What are we talking about? I just told you all the time that I'm not making it through Outbreak Day. And if I somehow make it through Outbreak Day, I'm not making it past year 5 because of stalkers. And if I somehow make it past year 5 with stalkers, I'm not making it to year 10 with clickers. And if I somehow make it past year 10 with the clickers, I'm dying to bloaters. So there's nothing I can do, bro. Alright? And not to mention the spores. You're gonna die to spores, honestly. You're gonna die to spores. And I don't even remember what is it that infected people on Outbreak Day. Like, what is it that caused the initial outbreak back then? I would have probably been infected on day one because I probably, like, in the show they made it that you get infected through wheat, and that all the main characters didn't eat wheat on Outbreak Day. I ate pancakes for breakfast today. I'm getting infected, bro. It's GG for me. At number 3, I got World War Z. Now, World War Z is a 2013 action horror film starring Brad Pitt as Gary Lane, a former UN investigator tasked with uncovering the source of the outbreak. Right, that's the thing, right? If I was in the dude's situation, I am committing seppuku. There's literally nothing to say about these zombies at all. You get infected instantly. Like, it takes seconds to turn into one of them. And once you turn into one of them, you ignore pain, you ignore any fatigue, and you're just it. Like, you're on go time 24/7. It's horrible, bro. I'm dying on Outbreak Day. Right? I'm not surviving Outbreak Day. Let me give myself a little more credit. I can survive the next 5 weeks. I can survive a month, but then I'm gonna just end it, because it's like, yo, it's too much, you know? It's too much. There's not much I can do. I'm gonna end it. There's a specific scene in the movie in Jerusalem. So Jerusalem built walls around it because to keep them out, right? I don't know. I don't think the movie ever explained how the city of Jerusalem knew about the zombies, because this wall was pretty dang convenient, if you ask me. I don't know. There's probably some conspiracy theorists out there that have an idea, or maybe I can become a conspiracy theorist. I already am one technically. I just don't have one for this specific movie, but I think I could do it. I think I could uncover why Jerusalem knew why in another video, not this one. We'll see. So yeah, Jerusalem had walls. Now within Jerusalem, the people of Jerusalem thought it was so safe that they started chanting, celebrating, praying, just to uplift their morale. You know, regular things people would do in a crisis like this. But these zombies are built different, alright? So as soon as they started chanting and making all of this noise, the zombies started running towards the wall. They were climbing over each other, and before you knew it, they created like this humongous human ladder, pyramid shape like this, until they made it to the top, and they just jumped over the walls, and Jerusalem fell within minutes. There was a guy who got on a plane when they were escaping Jerusalem, and he was infected, but for some reason he wants to be a dickhead and stay on the plane. He turned, bit people, and everyone got infected. It was hell. Alright, these things are they're an instant plague. You're not surviving. I'm sorry. Am I surviving? No. Look, I'm not surviving. However, they do have a weakness. See, in the movie, these things don't go after people that have diseases. Specifically, a terminal illness, you know, a deadly disease. Why? So sick people repel them. There was a scene where this guy who was really, really sick just stood in the middle of the street, and the zombies ran straight, and they split off away from him. Kept a distance too, so it's not like they were ignoring him but still running through him. No, they made a path for him all the way around, and they just kept going. Not gonna lie, I used that as an excuse to stretch my back. Anyway, so we know that they are repelled by terminal illnesses now. So would I survive? No, I'm not sick. But if I knew I need a terminal illness, I need to get sick to survive. How would I do that? Is I'm gonna go get AIDS. Rate of infection, 10 out of 10. You get infected in seconds. All right, you get infected in seconds. Mutation, 0 out of 10, because they're only a specific type of zombie. However, the outbreak in the movie didn't last long, so maybe with the help of the second thing, you know, the decade of infection part, will introduce in different types of mutations. Maybe they will, maybe it will, maybe it won't. I made a movie by mistake. At number 2, we have a movie I recently watched. It is called The Sadness. Now, this movie traumatized me. Alright, look. There's not much for me to say about this movie because it traumatized me. The zombies here are just, look, they're evil. They're evil things. They're not even zombies for real. They're just evil. At number 2, I was saying, oh no, I should probably put 28 days later or 28 years later, 28 weeks later. But then I realized, yo, the sadness zombies are the same thing, but worse. So I'm gonna put the sadness instead. You know? because yeah, it's still a rave virus, all right? The album virus combines the pleasure part of the brain with the violent part of the brain while enhancing the imagination, leading to some of the most depraved creatures I have ever seen put to screen. And I am disgusted that I even watched that. Ew. Alright. Now listen. So on a train, Cat was getting, there was a bit older businessman who was trying to flirt with her, trying to get her attention, but it was being pushy, being a creep about it. And Cat shut it down, like, stop talking to me, else I'm gonna call the cops. The guy got angry. He got real. In fact, he was like, oh, these modern young women, you're all the same. You're all the same. You all want the young man. You don't want to give me a chance. You're all so independent. You real incel behavior, That's what he was doing. Now, there was a specific guy with glasses who got on the train, and turns out he was infected, but he played smart. That's another thing I will give to these zombies in the sadness. They are intelligent. Alright? They're not stupid. Like, they know how to pretend. Like, that guy was wearing glasses because he knew that, oh yeah, my eyes show that I'm infected. So if I put on glasses and walk in real casual, you're not gonna know. Nobody knew. The businessman got infected. A lot of other people got infected, but the businessman is what we focus on. He got infected, and the first thing he did, he took his umbrella, looked at the girl that was sitting next to Cat, stabbed her in the eye. Boom, just like that. Bang, we done. Chased Cat and that girl named Molly specifically out of the train station all the way to the hospital. Broke through the hospital, axed to the back of a police officer's head. Bam! Inside. He's in there. He starts infecting people left, right, coming in with other infected. The hospital became overrun. Cat ran away. Molly's immobilized right now. She got hit with a bunch of endorphins to treat her eye in the hospital. So now she's in a wheelchair. The businessman cornered Molly, took off her eye patch, looked at the way he stabbed her in the eye. He unzipped his pants, took his thing, and did it to her eye. All you hear is just Molly screeching, her screaming, while this guy is grunting, telling her to enjoy it. And again, rate of infection varies, but for the most part, it's very fast. So by the time he finished, she had already turned and was begging him to do the next eye, and he said, no, I gotta go find my other girl, and left her like that. Eventually, the businessman was able to corner Cat, and Cat had to kill him. Jim finally arrived to save Cat. Cat was so happy, but when Jim stepped out the shadows and you look into his eyes, that man was infected. Jim came for his girl. He loved his girl. But again, violence and pleasure aspects combine into one. So he truly does love his girl. But he wants to show her in the worst way possible. Talking about rate of infection 10 out of 10. It takes seconds to minutes. Mutations 7 out of 10. It doesn't have any unique mutations, but the zombies themselves are so deadly, and they're all like unique in the way they want to do stuff because of how different they are. A decade long infection. I'm not gonna lie, but we're all dead. We're all dead. There's nothing you can do because these aren't zombies. These are basically just regular people that enjoy pain, ignore fatigue, and you have to understand. Could you imagine fighting someone and you are fighting for your life while they having the time of their life? That's what you're dealing with. That's what terrifies me about this movie. It is at number 2. Strictly over that. They're terrifying. Now let's move on to number 1. At number 1, I have Resident Evil.
through this?
Resident Evil. Specifically, Resident Evil 2. Now, Resident Evil is one of the most, if not the most iconic zombie franchise ever put on screen in any way, shape, or form. Now, one of the biggest things that hold a Resident Evil outbreak back, which is why it's usually not on people's list, is time. Because they don't have longevity. Games usually take a small amount of time. Like the initial outbreak in Raccoon City, Resident Evil 2, that only lasted for 3 days before they nuked the place. It was done. The Resident Evil 4 outbreak, Las Plagas, that ended with the defeat of one man and the place falling apart. Done. The infection over at Resident Evil 7, you killed a specific person, it was done. Infection in Resident Evil 8 blew up the Mega Mycete, everything collapsed. So it doesn't have longevity because it's always a weakness. No, the reason why it's at number 1 is because of one of the criteria that I gave it. A decade-long infection. How will a decade-long infection of the T virus? No, it wasn't the T virus. The G virus in Resident Evil 2 look like? That is what puts it at number 1. See, let me explain, right? In the game, there's a specific variant of zombies called lickers, alright? A regular zombie, we don't care about regular zombies, we care about these guys, the lickers. Lickers are like clickers on a whole different level, alright? They're so much stronger. A licker is what happens when a regular zombie has a mutation within the virus inside of it, the G virus inside of it, right? And once it consumes enough biomass, it transforms into a licker. And lickers have no skin, they have no eyes or nose. Like half of their head is their brain, and then the other half is their mouth. Razor sharp teeth, razor sharp claws on their feet. They're not ambidextrous. They can't stand on 2 feet. They stand on ambidextrous. They're not bipedal. They don't stand on 2 feet. They go on all fours, and they are faster than you. These things are faster than you. They have better reach than you. They're insanely durable. Shotguns to the head, nothing. You shoot that thing in the head 4 times with a shotgun, it's not dead. It's not dead. Even with its brain freaking on display, it's not dying in 4 shots. It's so terrifying. They got a long ass tongue that they can use as like a whip. That's where they get their name from, and that whip is so powerful. It's so powerful. Just like it can kill someone by hitting them with that tongue to the head, because your neck would snap with one hit, or that would blow your head clean off with one hit. One hit to the chest, ribs broken, you having heart problems. To the back, spine shattered, you're not moving. To the knee, shattered, elbow shattered. These things are terrible, alright? They're evil. They can rip through steel, in fact. They can rip through steel doors, they can go into ventilations, they can be quiet. They can be quiet until they hear a sound, and that's when they'll come at you. They use echolocation too, so it's very terrifying. Like I said, a licker is formed when the regular zombie has a mutation within the G virus. They consume enough biomass and turn into a licker. Could you imagine giving Resident Evil 2 G virus zombies 10 years of infection? Let's lowball it and say 1 in every 10,000 zombies has that mutation. There are 8 billion people on the planet. If 1 in every 10,000 zombies has that infection, there will likely be at minimum 1,000 lickers per city. There's likely 10 lickers per kilometer. A world like that, you're not surviving really. And Resident Evil 2 zombies don't have weaknesses. They can work in the daylight. They can go out in night, and they're active. They're not gonna stay dormant like clickers. No, they're active. These things will murder you. And they hunt with sound. Who do you know knows how to be quiet? This isn't a quiet place. We're dead. Clickers are the only reason why this thing is at number 1. Because with the criteria given, I'm not gonna lie, bro. That 10 years of infection, there will be lickers all over the place. They will be. It's horrible. It is a silent, agile, powerful apex predator. It would take over the ecosystem. And don't get me started on the fact that in Resident Evil 2 there was an infected crocodile. Meaning they ain't dogs. They were infected dogs. Unlike all of the other things on this list, animals can be infected in Resident Evil. No, I'm not gonna mention the Netflix series because I said Resident Evil 2 specifically. But going off of what we know, the G virus can infect animals as well. So what can you really do in a world where animals are infected with this thing? People are turning into lickers left, right, and center. So there's like 10 lickers per kilometer, and animals are infected. Alligators and crocodiles are massive with unyielding stamina, going left, right, and center, devouring whatever they see. You're not surviving an outbreak like this. It is the worst zombie apocalypse known for me, at least when you give it 10 years. I'm not giving it to Call of Duty Zombies. I know people want to say Call of Duty Zombies, but come on. Call of Duty Zombies is a mode. I'm talking about a game, TV show, or movie, not a mode. Alright? That's not fair. I don't think there are any other zombies in any other game that in the Resident Evil franchise that can top Resident Evil 2 Zombies when you give it 10 years of infection. And I know some of you want to say, oh, what about Resident Evil 4? They had regenerators. Those things can't die. Regenerators were lab made. That doesn't count. I'm talking about naturally made, bro. Lickers are like that. Lickers dominate. Generally. Especially since one licker could take out any zombie on the list for these other ones. That includes goons and demolishers. Okay, maybe not demolishers. Actually, no, yes, demolishers. You can kill a demolisher with a melee weapon in dying. Like, bro, a licker will devastate a demolisher. Easily beating a clicker, easily beating a bloater. It's horrible. You're dead. Oh, so that being said, that is the end. So if you agree with me on my list, drop a like, hit in the comments what you would add to the list, what you would remove from the list. What do you think I got right? Tell me if I got anything wrong, because I'm not a genius, but this was my opinion. Alright, so leave a like, subscribe if you enjoyed, leave a comment if you want. I will read it. I promise you. Let me know what you would add or remove. What do you think I hit with? What do you think I missed with? And I will see you in the next video that I'll be making, that I will not tell you what it is, because even I don't know what it is yet. So, see y'all later. Go with God.